Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much, guys. We have crossed the 100 subscriber marks. Like, you guys are not just subscribers, you guys are family to me. When I made this channel, I had nothing and no one. So today we are 100 plus family members who love, like, there's so much love that you guys give and when we talk and stuff like that. So I know if there's anything that goes wrong in life, there's 100 of you that we can share, we can help, we can be the helping hand for one another. Like, it's so nice that we all get to connect from time to time. And as we grow slowly, at least we're waking up to the right consciousness, what it should be. We're breaking away from the illusion and stuff. So it's so nice that 100 of us are on the same journey and we're able to connect on that deep level. So today, I'm very excited to bring a video on the Ketu, Mahadasha, like how the chakras are awakened. Ketu energy awakens your Kundalini, how it happens. Some people say, how can we be spiritual? How does Ketu clean? What is spirituality? What does it mean to heal? And along with that, I also got some props here. It's going to be very exciting. Like, yes, we might need some tissues if it gets emotional. There's going to be a little bit of experiments happening today. So I'm really excited to have a deep dive in this video. So it might be a little bit long. Make yourself a cup of tea or just bring a glass of water. So let's enjoy this journey and talk about how your life unfolds through the eyes of, like, through the chakras, like the journey through the chakras in Ketu Mahadasha. And what does it mean when we say chakras and stuff? What are they? Are they actually something physical that you can feel? Or how do you describe a chakra, right? Like, how are they unlocked? So, chakras, what are, like, sorry, there's so much information, sometimes I have to refer back to my notebook. I have it on the side, so don't mind me looking away from the camera sometimes. So what are chakras basically? Like, I see chakras as they're the gateway to the physical and the spiritual realm, right? Spirituality is that energy that's within us, the chi, pran, kundalini energies and stuff like that, that we're all vibrating at a certain consciousness. And the chakras are centers that are located, like, spread out through the body. And when there's certain blockages and stuff, and then you're lowering your vibration there, so we have to clean them. Like, you cannot physically feel a chakra anywhere in your body. And there's no switches that you can say, okay, I'm going to turn my heart chakra on and turn it off. No, it's a state of vibration. And these are energy centers located throughout your body. And there, as we know, widely talked about, are the 7 chakras, right? So there's 7, but some say there's deeper ones. That's a different story for deeper spirituality. But in this journey, there's 7 that we transform through. So we'll talk about how to identify if your chakras are blocked and what blockages have come up, and how Ketu helps you heal through these chakras and stuff. You have no choice but to heal, guys. So how is it done? How's Ketu healing you? So we're going to get into that. Like, what's a sign of, like, a good, balanced, healed chakra? So when your chakras are purified, they're clean, you're more aligned, okay? Like, healthy chakras, like, through your body, they promote peace, enlightenment, awareness. Like, you're feeling lighter, and then you're living in a state of enlightenment. And chakras are basically your higher consciousness, right? They're not, like I said, physical buttons or fuses in your body. There are different points where different information is stored, or different energy that gets triggered through them. Like, so there's 7 chakras that we know of, and let's get into it. I'm going to try to say them in English, but as we all have heard, like, the Sanskrit names are Muladhara, Swastika, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Ajna, Sahasrara. And I'm sorry if my Sanskrit's a little bit off, but these are essentially your root chakra, your lower abdominal, your sacral, your heart chakra, your throat, your third eye, and then your crown chakra. And then let's go one by one into them. And they do represent the 7 years of journey that we go through Ketu Antardasha. Ketu Mahadasha is 7 years, and you have 7 chakras. Ketu is going to purify you on every single level. And you have no choice. Ketu is going to go in there, the surge of energy, and just keep cleaning you until you become this pure soul, that you are meant to be. All your old traumas have to get washed away and stuff. I'll do an experiment explaining how that energy actually cleans your chakras and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. There might be some dark truth that has to come up. So it might resonate with a lot of you on a very deep level. So that's why I said it's okay to cry if you feel like touched by what I'm saying at a deep level, because these things are not normally talked about, yet we all feel them, right? So it takes a certain level of depth to understand that, okay, this is where that blockage is, or like that's where your pain point is. And without further ado, so let's talk about the first chakra. It's known as your root or the Muladhara, right? So root is not at the bottom of the tailbone, right? Like everybody has different theories and stuff like that, but when you actually go deep in the spiritual world, or when you start analyzing it, the root, people say that it's by Mars and stuff like that. No, root is mainly a little bit of Mars, but mainly Ketu. So this is where the Ketu period comes in, and then you get the surge of energy through your whole body, and then Ketu just takes you by the roots and gets a hold of you. Now your Kundalini is going to wake up, and every single cell starts vibrating differently in your body, because that's Ketu. Ketu is your DNA, your cells, your body. Like you start feeling that something is going on at that time period, right? So Ketu uproots you when it comes in. These are your roots, okay? There's a law of Maslow's hierarchy law, and it's a little pyramid, and there's different categories in there, but the base category is very similar to your root chakra, and it represents your primal instincts, survival needs. Like, do you have food at the table? Do you have roof over your head? So when Ketu comes first attacks you, like with that big event that unfolded in your life, like somewhere you go through a divorce and you have to pack your bags and move back in with the parents, or you were in a position where you have no choice, but you were living in a joint family, or you were in a family and you have to leave everything behind and move out from your own house, and you move into a 1-bedroom apartment, throw a mattress down and start a new life. So that's your root chakra right there. You have a roof over your head, you're starting life new again with a spoon and a fork and some food on the table. It's okay, you'll get back up. But Ketu is making you start a new life again, right? So the root, you have to look at like how it's unfolding for you. Like, are you those people who are grounded, stable? It's fine. Like, what are the signs of someone with blocked root chakra? Like fear, insecurity, instability. People are afraid of change. People feel scared that if they move out, they won't be able to survive. Like how males, sometimes females, like everybody's scared that if they move out, there's this fear out there that somebody could break into their condo or apartment at night and bad things can happen. People are scared to move out, to live on their own and stuff like that. But you have to face your fears at some point in life, right? Like Ketu makes you face those fears. The root is a point when you're facing the biggest storm. Ketu's guiding you. You remember one rule about Ketu, guys. Ketu will not drown you. You will survive. Ketu is a life jacket through the storm. Like Ketu will keep your nose and your mouth above the water in the storm. Like you will not die. You'll learn to go with the current of the water. Like you'll make it through the dasha. But there's certain things that are going to happen in this. So if you feel like your world is ending, you're going to die, you're so low, relax. Everything will be okay. Just trust the divine and watch the magic happen. Let divine do what it wants. So divine has uprooted you now. You were you were in your comfort zone somewhere. Like then all of a sudden Ketu comes around and says, you have never really learned how to hunt even out there. Like you have never gone out to live on your own. Like you don't know what it feels like to live outside out of this comfort environment that you have lived in. Sometimes you were working a job, now you gotta sit at home without a job, right? Like you're like, how are we gonna survive? But the magic unfolds throughout the journey. So you gotta see which way it hit you, or which way it's coming to hit you at the root. So root is mostly, like I said, your primal. Like, okay, you know what? As long as you have a roof over your head, you're okay. Like even if you have to pack up your bags and go sleep at your friend's house for 2 weeks, it's okay. Like it's very rare that you have to sleep on the street or on the park bench when you're starting life. Ketu already has something planned for you. Like when you do a certain thing and something else is waiting. Like one door closes, something else opens, right? Going up now. So once your Ketu has uprooted you, put you in a new position quickly, and now that energy, okay, Keto's like, you are in your environment where you're supposed to be, or let's rebuild you in this kind of environment. Let's bring out your true colors, who you're supposed to be, right? So that energy starts moving upwards now. So through your body, it's going to channel down into the pelvic area. Now, the pelvic area is your lower abdominal, your swadhisthana. A lot of people have different planets associated with it, but this is your Venus chakra, and this is your lower abdominal, and it represents fertility, your ovaries, your sperm, your sexual abilities, and all the other Venus activities. But at the same time, what's going to happen in this period, your masculine and or feminine energy awakens. Okay, this is a Ketu Venus period. Sometimes forget the trauma you're going through. Sometimes people have gone through divorce and then they have a divorce party or something, they meet someone fresh and they have a hookup. Like, this is when you get in touch with your real masculine or femininity, what's been hidden underneath you, and you're like, oh my God, I never felt like this all my life. I never knew someone could make me feel this way, right? This is when you realize that there is this amazing energy inside you that's only possible, this chemistry with some people. And all these years, there was so much trauma suppressed under there, right? Like typical signs, things like guilt, shame, emotional instability, emotional blockages, trauma. One other thing that I want to say is, like, sometimes in childhood or early stages, there's some sexual abuse that happens with people and families, and that we must be careful. Like, some people don't even talk, but they haven't even healed from it. They've never told anybody that they've gone through some kind of abuse and stuff like that. And one thing I do want to point out is people with running the dasha of the 8th house or planets in the 8th house, and they've gone through the dasha in the childhood, like 8th house has a huge impact on what kind of like abuse and stuff like that you're going to see. Its transformation, hidden activities and stuff like that. This is a house of trauma, and 8th from the 8th is the 3rd house, like your neighbors and all that. That's why it's very important. Watch your kids where they play, which neighborhood, like what kind of dasha they're running in. Like, they might even come home that certain uncle, auntie, whatever, they have done weird things. Don't go for those kind of sleepovers. Like, be careful around your kids, because you might have gone through it, you might have seen it, you haven't even healed from it, and that's why that energy was so suppressed below, like in your pelvic area. You were never able to truly enjoy your masculine or feminine energy all these years because of the trauma. So all of a sudden, Ketu just comes in and flushes everything out, and you get a feel of this pure bliss that I never thought being intimate could feel so good, or somebody could make me feel so good. Well, that energy is going to come up and come. You're going to have to deal with the past trauma somewhere. Like, you feel good, great, but this suppressed trauma, it's so deep, guys, and a lot of you have it. I've talked to some of you, and when we start engaging in conversation, those heartfelt conversations, and then it starts coming up slowly, that, like, you start admitting, yes, after 25 years, after 40 years, like, I met somebody and I didn't feel that in my previous marriage. Like, I was living in such suffocation environment that I never knew. I thought there was something wrong with me. A lot of the time, masculine physical problems happen because either in this lifetime or in their past life, that, remember, if they're going to Ketu Dasha now, they already did some lifetime before this birth. So in their previous lifetime, they might have gone through some sexual trauma, and which results in physical sexual problems on this birth. And people don't even realize it, that what is the cause? Like, why am I having to suffer in a certain way? Why is that energy not clean, like blocked? Like, with females, there is issues seen if you never, like, there's so much conditioning. First of all, Ketu is about breaking conditioning. So whether we males or females and stuff, the guys who are in the middle age, male, females, whoever is in the middle ages now, we grew up with so much conditioning around this taboo topic of what physical pleasure should be, what we should be doing or not. Elders or family, our immediate neighborhood environment told us that don't have sex before marriage, like, don't be dating anyone before university or before marriage, don't go out with anybody. We have been conditioned, and our thoughts around pleasure have been so repressed that I know some people have so much guilt, even around this topic. I'm talking very bluntly, openly, because we're all adults here, and that what is the pelvic chakra, I call it. Like at some point you have to confront it and be like, you know what, this is normal human behavior. We are made for reproduction, and I really need to be in touch with my masculine feminine energy and balance it both. And you're not doing it only for yourself, you're also doing it for your relationship, your partner, a healthy relationship, like a healthy you, so that your aura, your pelvic chakra starts vibrating at a higher vibration. You're more magnetic. Like all the chakras have to raise a vibration to become clean, but I'm just starting on the bottom. And how can you be clean if you have never ever told anyone what trauma or what fears you had in your mind? Sometimes what happens, a lot of the times I see in females, sometimes in females, like it's not this current birth that is having those tense muscles problems and stuff like that. It's because of the past lives. You might have suffered some type of sexual abuse life before, then that muscle memory is showing up in this birth, guys. Like this is very deep. So a lot of you, I know this happens because I've talked to you, some, like a lot of the people and stuff like that. They're like, we feel so, we never thought I would feel so alive, like Ketu Venus periods. Yes, there's trauma, your divorce paperwork, your business closing, bankruptcy, etc., etc. There's a storm going on, but at the same time, for you, Ketu is cleansing you, and now, if you had a party, a hookup, or even otherwise, you get a bliss. You get to experience some kind of a bliss, whether it be some kind of relationship you got into at that time. So, cleaning that pelvic chakra, you get to experience it, and then you're like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to be taking medication and stuff like that. It just, you come across a person, whether it be your coach, counselor, mentor, guru, anybody, okay, then you come out. And healing means there's a wound, and you go to the surgeon looks at the wound, that cuts it open, cleans the wound, and then puts on the stitches and lets it heal. Ketu is the same way. Like, if I see that problem in people that, okay, people say we're having marriage problems and stuff like that, and you start digging into it, you start seeing the chart, the chemistry, their energies, and then like there's deeper ways of diving deep. It's not we're not just doing counseling at like one-on-one. It's a lot of energy. We're getting to spiritual sides here too. Like, okay, why weren't you the happiest and stuff? What are the problems? When we get to the root of it, a lot of the times is a blockage in the pelvic chakra. And oh yeah, no, me and my partner, last 5 years we're living separately, this and that. Like, why is that blockage there? So what's going to happen in this time period is you have to acknowledge or see where that blockage is and get it out, okay? Or what Ketu does, okay, if you don't talk about it in the past, you haven't healed from it, you haven't forgiven those people, or you never told anyone and got over the bad memories. And what Ketu does, he might even bring that person around to your face right in front of you in this period somehow. Or you might have to be facing this person until you're forgiven or dealt with it, or just come out to the world and say, you know what, I am sick and tired holding this. Like, look, this person did this to me, and I've never been able to live the same way ever again. Like, whether it be like bullying or anything, like on the simple, and it could be very intense. Like, I don't want to go to the darker side, like what some monsters out there do. But this has to come up. Like, that monster who did stuff to you, you all of a sudden bumped him, like see his face walking around in the supermarket or something like that, and that hits a chord inside you, and you remember exactly what they did, and those memories are still alive in yourself. So Ketu created a scenario so you can face your enemies and eventually come out. Like, either you want to deal with that person, and how do you heal? So there's a blockage, it has to come out, okay? You speak, you deal, you write, you go to a healer, like you counselor, therapist and stuff like that, and then you deal with these kind of trauma, so at least you live more happily from the pelvic region. So I think that's it for the pelvic area, but it's nothing to be ashamed about or talked about. Like, if we're all adults, I'm bringing it up because this is the real reason behind the blockages of the pelvic chakra. So a lot of times ovary issues, fertility issues and stuff like that could be from this birth or from the last births and stuff like that, especially abuse that might have happened, tense muscles, tense pelvic muscles and stuff like that. They just are a reaction because you have this muscle memory from this life or past life where something that event triggered, and then it was so painful or bad that your muscles aren't supporting your body. So you're not able to be your authentic self in that region, and you rely on medications and stuff like that just to feel something or just to balance that chakra. So that's the second chakra. Now going on to the third. Third is your stomach chakra. And I briefly mentioned sometimes in my previous videos, but we'll go over it again. So once your root is fine, you live in your own place now, and then you're healing, right? Like I said, healing from what? Like you just had a divorce, and then you're sitting at home crying like, oh my God, I can't believe I was in a relationship with this person for 30 years, 20, 10, 5, even 2 months, like whatever it was. It was so painful for me that I was being suffocated there. Like you were not being you. So all these memories are going to start coming up, right? Like your sexual pains or whatever. Like was this person abusive with you and stuff like that? So that's how Ketu heal. Like you have to acknowledge all those past memories, bring them out, cry. Like I think one of the most beautiful things somebody can do is cry in Ketu Mahadasha. And there's nothing wrong with crying. You don't have to tell friends that I'm crying so much. No, just have your room, have your space. Whenever you feel like, cry it out. You're healing. Like let that energy just flow. Okay, it's one of the most beautiful things. And after the pelvic, let's move on to the stomach chakra now. Stomach chakra holds. It's still part of the trauma, but it holds a different type of memory now. Like the stomach is called the Manipura, and then a blocked stomach chakra is seen with someone with low self-esteem, low self-worth. Like they're dealing with a lot of traumatic issues and stuff like that. They have control issues. They have anger outbursts sometimes, right? And which, like, sometimes people would block a lot of trauma and stuff like that. They're not able to speak up. They're just so afraid of speaking up. Low self-esteem shows up. And blocked chakra sometimes can be easily identified by poor digestion, right? Like a lot of people in Ketu, yes, we eat less food because Ketu wants to clean you out there, right? There's so much. I think this is one of the heaviest chakras out there that needs to be purified, because this box, okay, yes, you can see this energy here, it stores all the memories, like I say in most of my videos. So here, you got bullied, how you felt that day. Did you tell anybody? It gets stored in here. Somebody took money from you in school. This is here. Like, you had to stay hungry one day at school because you forgot your lunch at home, and you felt like left out. Like, oh, you were the last person or last player to get picked on the team. Like you had image issues, self-image issues and stuff like that. These are all just like examples of the kind of trauma that is always stored here. So now when you're in your cocoon phase, when you're recovering, Ketu has given you time off from your job, from your work, business, you have divorced, you're sitting at home, right? You think you're crying because of the divorce. No, it's because of these past memories that are coming up to heal. So it's okay, like when this kind of pain gets triggered, like, okay, it's through an event, like there's a deep hidden infection, but it's created a infection on the surface level on the skin. So surgeon has to go in, start cutting in, and then he stitches you back up. So there's a lot of hidden emotion, stuff like that, when this Ketu energy comes up that you have to let go, right? And these bottom three chakras, like your root, you're secure, you have a home, you have a shelter, fine. Then your pelvic chakra, like your venous activities, right? Like reproduction and everything like that, you're okay. Like our basic mammal instinct are to reproduce and grow and stuff like that. You get clean, you're fine, you're protected. And then your stomach. Once all these regions, all your guilt, shame, fear, how you felt like you were overweight as a child, you never got the love from your parents never gave you the emotional support and comfort you needed. These are all the lower energies, lower vibration. Until those get cleaned out, this burst of energy can never come up to the higher conscious, like your third eye and stuff like that, to be able to make your aura more positive, like more radiant, like more glowing. So those lower chakras vibrating at a lower frequency needs to start vibrating higher. Once you start vibrating, that vibration just kind of naturally brings out the junk in you. And this is where Ketu is so painful for some people, because they don't want to be crying. They don't want to be on antidepressants, stuff like that. But you don't need antidepressants. Don't numb that pain down. Let it come up and heal, okay? Like, yes, after stitches, wound takes some time to heal, okay? But it's better to be treated than to be left alone and cause a bigger problem on your health. Same thing with these energies that are inside, these toxic memories, toxic trauma that you've never talked to. Sometimes people feel so comfortable that I feel blessed that when we start talking and get to the root of things and stuff like that, they open up some of the deepest, darkest secrets that they never ever share with me. Share with anybody else out there, and they feel comfortable just by engaging that. You know what, Jazz, I'm actually feeling because of this and this. I never got hurt in my relationship. My husband or my wife never treated me with respect. Like, you didn't matter in that kind of a relationship, right? Why was I saw my husband cheating out there, my wife having extramarital affairs, this and that, like in Ketu. Like, it's painful, but you get to see true colors of people. Your own siblings backstab you. The same brother or sister that you grew up with, playing in the same sandbox, playground, on the beach and everything, and all of a sudden, after 20, 30, 40, 50 years even, that relationship gets cut. Ketu comes in there, cuts. Your karma is done with that person. You get to see a whole different side. You're like, oh my God, I never knew that my sister was jealous of me, or my brother was envious, like jealous of me, or he hated me. He was jealous of what I was doing. Like, this is a time when you truly see people. Like, for example, God forbid, if Ketu put you in a hospital, okay, like for rest and healing, like you went through some surgery, but who actually came to check up on you in the hospital time? Like, if I say my Ketu period is here. Like, it's me, myself, and I. Like, my partner, my spouse works, our little family, but most of the time, I'm in isolation in this place here. And some people, like, nobody comes and visits me here. That's why I said I'm so thankful for the love and the support from you guys out there and anyone watching. Like, your love means so much. And people who are in hospitals, this is a time that they realize who their true friends are, who actually comes up and checks on them. Like, you might have had the biggest surgery in Ketu, and who really showed up for you. Okay, these so-called people, friends that you were friends with, partying for the last 20 years, nobody even shows up. And that's when you realize that, hey, I have to change my life around. These people are not my friends anymore. So you get to see this dark side of people, and then you're left there to cry in a hospital bed. Like, some people go through money betrayal. Like, okay, friends didn't show up in the hospital, or you were having some money problems at the beginning of Ketu, and you really needed to complete some transaction, or you asked. Ketu closes the door, right? So because Ketu wants to open a new opportunity. So you call 20 friends asking for $1,000, 10,000 rupees, even 20 rupees, whatever. Like, you ask for something from these friends or relatives, and they're all saying, no, we can't do it. And these are the same people that you have been there for all your life. Like, these people were the people you were bending your back for. Like, you were dealing your dinners at home. Your kids were waiting for you while you were helping them move, while do anything. And these people never showed up when you were at the lowest. So are these truly your people? All this stuff is below, guys. This is what we have to heal from. Like, Ketu makes you sit alone and see who is for you and who's against you, okay? So we have to heal that. These are the chakra healing. So these are the wounds that get opened up. Now, this is when you say, you know what? I'm done with everybody else. And by the time we get to the heart chakra, like, there's so much pain that has come up. Like, that energy finally reaches here. So this chakra here, it's the most magical. This is my favorite chakra. It's not your intuition, ability, these magical crown chakras and stuff like that. This. Without this, there would be no higher level and there would be no lower level. Your heart chakra is that bridge that connects the higher chakras and the lower chakras. It's the center. So it's the fourth chakra. It's the center. So it's the fourth from the bottom. It's fourth from the top. So crown, your third eye, your throat, and then your heart. And then it's the same from the bottom. Your root, your pelvic, your stomach, and then the heart. So heart is the bottom bridge, guys. So heart chakra is the most important. And it's the love that we give off. So what kind of a love? It's unconditional love. We're going to talk about it. Unconditional love matters the most in Ketu. For anyone going through Ketu Mahadasha, we know how important unconditional love is. So Before talking about chakras, I want to bring in a side topic for a minute, guys, and just clear the doubts of so many people out there. And you don't have to follow all these astrologers like Ketu. Any astrologer that has you with Ketu, get a dog. Go feed a dog. Get a dog. Go spend time in with dogs and stuff like that. That you're gonna feel calm. Okay, it's not a dog that's making you your Ketu calm. That's calming down the storm. Okay, it's this unconditional love aura of a dog that you guys are enjoying. Okay, if you get a dog at home and you know dogs are waiting at the window when you get home from work, like dog is wiggling his tail, dog is always happy to see you. Okay, he becomes a family member. It's like a child you're raising that just loves you unconditionally. At this time of storm, when your life has just been turned upside down, there's nobody around for you. Okay, to all my Ketu people right now out there, okay, I want to say one thing only from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. Okay, someone who's watching this right now on the other side of the screen, I don't know who you are, where you're from, but let me tell you one thing, my friend. Okay, everything is gonna be okay. I have nothing left. All right, everything was taken away by Ketu. I don't have family members. They're alive, but they're separated. Right, cut. Money gone. I'll share my story by the weekend. I'm making a video on my Ketu placement, and it's gonna be a very interesting one, and a lot of you guys are gonna like it. It's in the Mokstarkon, and it's going to be a very nice video. So that's why I want to post on the weekend so you guys can enjoy it. But you on the other side, my friend, some of you I've talked to. Some of you I'm waiting to talk to, okay? That storm that you've gone through, you're left alone, but it's okay. There's people like you who are going through it. You will be fine. But remember one thing, when I talk to you, there's no conditions. I just want to talk to you because you're a beautiful soul. And we love you, okay? We have all gone through some hardships in our life, okay? And now is the time to heal. Let's heal together. And this family that we have, this home, this channel that we have created, it's all about healing, okay? And being awakened to the truth out there. Not paying thousands and thousands of astrologers or like these fake gimmicks out there. What healing really is. Your heart is your healing, okay? I wish I could jump from this camera and come give you a hug, okay? And just look into your eyes and tell you, I love you. You're strong. You're beautiful. I don't care if you're a male or female. You're beautiful, okay? And you deserve the love, okay? I deserve your love, and you deserve all this unconditional love, okay? You don't need to be the most wealthiest businessman to attract love, okay? It's okay if your life fell apart, okay? You had this years of long relationship and it fell apart. You have your health. It's a blessing. You're waking up every morning. We're restarting your life. And remember, for something magical to happen, all the garbage has to be cleaned out, and Ketu's cleaning that, okay? And I am passing on my love with this beautiful hug to you guys on the other side, okay? It's this kind of unconditional love that we need for one another to survive Ketu, and that's all Ketu is. In Ketu, a Ketu person knows that we're not looking for any materialistic gains or anything like that. We just want to be able to sit with somebody and share our knowledge, our talk, our love, and just tell somebody how we've been feeling this time, because people don't understand. So when we talk, like when I've talked to some of the clients, some of the family members that you guys are reaching out, okay? Our talks are not 10, 15, 20 time limited. We go from 1 hour up to 3 hours sometimes. Like there's so many emotions, love, energy exchange. Like there's so much happening, guys. So remember, let the lower vibration stuff go. Clean it as soon as you can. Start living from here, okay? Do unconditional love activities out there. Go do volunteering in a temple, at a old age home, anything that makes you live from the heart. Like if you have none of those around, practice self-care. Self-love is the most important for this chakra here, right? So how do you heal these kind of things? Like what is the heart chakra? This is it. Like I created this not for money. I want to make a positive impact on every single soul out there who we connect with, okay? I'm not saying the world, but whoever needs help and healing, they will come in time. But I'm doing it from the heart because I love you guys, okay? I know what it feels like to be alone, to be facing this storm all alone, okay? And at the same time, practice self-care and self-love. I always tell people to journal, write down your thoughts and stuff like that. I'll get to in a second why. But self-care means you are doing the things that matter to you the most. You know what? You liked playing badminton or soccer or anything as a kid, go play. You have some time off from work today. Instead of crying on the sofa, do your healing, but don't just cry because you want to cry. Heal and then go out and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Sometimes they're so calm in Ketu. Make a cup of tea, coffee, or a beverage, and just go and enjoy the green trees out there. Like, listen to the wind. We are here on this planet for experience, and Ketu makes you realize that Ketu is a mini retirement, okay? Like, it's time off, so you actually get to enjoy and see how the divine has created this beautiful place and how we're all interconnected and how there's love for everybody. Forget the people that are jealous, envious, and stuff. That's a blocked heart chakra, by the way. So how do you tell if somebody's heart chakra is blocked? They'll show jealousy, isolation, grief, sadness, self-blame. So a lot of issues that are hidden. So, but when you're radiating with positive love, you know we're all part of the divine, interconnected. There's part of me in you, part of you in me. We're all part of this play that the divine has created for us, and we're all connected, and it's not in our control. So this is where you surrender. Once you wake up and you realize that these things that are lower vibration stuck, they were never controlled by you. Like, I am sorry people who had to go through it, but let's clean them up. Let's bad stuff happen, bad karma gone. So let's connect with a pure intention now to the higher conscious. So your heart chakra is the most important. Self-care even means like, you want to sit at home and do face mask or give yourself some time, do that. Do beauty, skincare, like spa day at home, whatever you guys like go for a walk to your favorite park. A lot of people start reading books. That's part of self-care and healing and self-love. Like, pick up your favorite book, write down. Sometimes people like writing. Write down in your journals what you like to do. And go practice unconditional love again. Love yourself first, and then just be of help out there to somebody. Make somebody smile. Like, you feel someone low, just check up on them, right? Like, you can't cure the world, but you can say hello with a smile to somebody and it'll put a smile on the face. Remember, once you're vibrating at a higher consciousness, you're giving off this magnetic aura out there, okay? People will be attracted to you, okay? So spread love. Love is this magical bridge between the lower and the highers, okay? So that's all I want to say about the heart. So we can go very deep, but for now, let's raise it higher now. So your throat chakra is kind of obvious. Speaking the truth, a lot of people lying, mischievous and stuff like that, like signs of blocked chakra out here. Like, low self-doubt, the energy never reaches here. So people are not able to speak the truth. They're not able to share their guilt, shame, traumas and stuff they've gone through. They just live in a quiet zone. People end up in depression because that energy is stuck down there. It's been so traumatic that they're not even able to share it. Somebody needs to go to the root of that problem and help them. Okay, you know what? You've gone through this traumatic event. You will heal. Let's get you up. Sometimes your energy is stuck. People who are not going through Ketu, like people in Saturn Mahadasha and stuff like that, diseases and stuff like that. Why do they show up? Because there's stuck energy around your body. So Ketu comes to purify you of all type of illness on the mental, physical, spiritual level. Like, that's Ketu's job, because by the time you have done your whole cycle of the different dashas and you go from Rahu, Jupiter, and then comes Saturn. So by that time, after years and years and years, there's some blockages and stuff happen. And then that's where this stuck energy manifests as different type of diseases, especially in Saturn dasha that a lot of people know they're suffering. It's because there's so much trauma, negativity, jealousy that was hidden in your body and stuff like that you don't know, but it gets manifest, or it comes out in Saturn dasha. Like, the energy transforms into disease and pain and stuff like that. But people who have gone through Mercury, now you end up in Ketu. Ketu is a natural washing machine, basically, right? It's purifying you. So Ketu wants to give the most amazing 20 years of Venus up ahead, filled with love, compassion, and bliss. Like, yes, there's some problems that do come up in Venus a little bit, but it's life. There's roadblocks, little issues that always come up in life. So once you learn to give unconditional love, you want to be able to speak the truth. You don't care what was holding you back. I know I've talked to some people, they're like, you know what? I got up one day and I looked at my husband in the eye and said, you know what? I'm done with you, with yourself. Like, you treating me this way. Husband looks at the wife the same way, that all these years that you were manipulating, etc., etc. Like, well, you finally stand up to your own father sometimes. But Dad, you know what? I see what you did to me, like how you controlled me, this and that. I am done. I'm putting my foot down. And you know what's amazing, guys? You're not gonna go do that just because of my words. It's this energy that's inside you. You'll just feel it one day that, you know what, there was this day when I finally got up to my enemies and I just confronted them. Like, it makes you speak the truth, okay? You're so clean and purified now, it's time to just let all that trauma out. You finally say what you wanted to. And after that day, once this is finally thrown out, you're like, you know what? That feels so good. I can finally speak my mind. I don't care what people are thinking anymore. That is your throat chakra awakening, guys. Once you have said what you have always wanted to your whole life to the person that has been suffocating you, after that day, you will never be the same. Okay, that's your throat purifying. Like, welcome to the other side now. So, heart's cleaned. You finally are able to speak the truth. Somebody's hurting you. You set up your boundaries now. Now you're like, listen, I respect you, but I don't like the way you're talking to me now. That stuff you said right there is out of line. Like, I have respect for you, or I have respect for myself. I think we should carry this conversation on a different day. You're not talking the right tone to me right now. So once you hear these kind of conversation, you know that person is vibrating at a good throat chakra. Like, they have finally learned to speak up, put their foot down. Like, we have a lot of people are so conditioned that no, don't talk to the elders like that. Okay, why should we not talk to the elders when they're doing wrong to us? Why should we not stand up to them? Okay, if there's an uncle that's abusing you or something, or like done something wrong with you, or even if your own parents are suffocating you sometimes, be like, Dad, look, I know you're my father, but we have our family, and Mother, I don't think you should be interfering with our family, and I think we should set healthy boundaries and stuff like that. Once you start having these kind of conversations, people respect you more. They respect what you're saying, okay? So this is all about setting those healthy boundaries, saying the truth, what's on your mind. And once you are finally now starting to vibrate at a better energy, and then you realize that, okay, you know what? I finally said what was on my mind. I finally got that cleared off. Now I'm sitting in peace. There's no, when you come home on the sofa, you're relaxing, there's no thought bothering. You know what? I should have told my coworker that, I don't want this extra assignment. Now I'm going to be busy all weekend, because why couldn't they do it? Well, it's up to you. You got to speak up. That's your throat chakra, guys. Once you start living authentically, magic happens. Once you get rid of all your trauma, toxicity, then you come to the third eye. Okay, it's only after you have been so authentic to yourself first will your intuition kick in. Until you're blocked, you haven't been true to yourself. Okay, just to be nice in the office, they hand you a pile of paperwork for the weekend. Hey, you gotta finish this, but it's not part of the contract. They know that you're not gonna say anything. Okay, they're gonna take advantage of you, and they're gonna keep taking advantage of you until you speak up. And this is what happens at the beginning when people give up their corporate job, because what Ketu does, Ketu will pile up pressure on you until you break from that. There comes a day on a Friday afternoon when your coworker even says, hey, person AYC, can you take care of this assignment? Like, can you have this done by Monday? Like, I know you're so good at it, talented and stuff like that. You say, you know what? It's not part of my job. That's your contract. Or your boss comes to you, be like, you gotta stay overnight on a Friday night. No. Why? It's not part of the contract. Just because you're nice? Don't. Stand up for yourself. That's what Ketu does. There comes a day in the corporate job when you're said, I'm done, sick of you guys treating me like this way. Like, I have self-respect. Like, even in family boundaries, even in family functions and stuff like that. That's where authenticity comes in, okay? You are able to wash out all these things now. You don't care what anybody says. If it's making you uncomfortable, speak. After that, the magic of the third eye happens now. So the third eye is nothing but your intuition. It's you talking to yourself. So after you have a shower, when you're about to go to meditation and stuff, like, you'll see there's no more pile of office paperwork that's bothering you, or any guilt or shame and stuff like that. When you sit to meditate, there's a little voice. That is your intuition, guys. So see where that's kind of going to after all the noise has been cleared out, right? And journal. I always like to journal, because in deep meditative states, sometimes you forget the kind of thoughts you were in and stuff, like, right away when you snap out of it. So intuition, a person who's blocked, okay? And they're just so lost in this illusion Maya world out there, that what is intuition, right? So first of all, how do we know that this is blocked? Well, they don't have clarity in their life. There's so much confusion. There's pure intuition. Like, there's lack of insight. These people take risk without even calculating, like without even getting some inner guidance, without calculating, like without even like just spending time, like, should I really do it? Like, do they just quickly go and burst out anger, go do something, or just sit down, process it, like think with a clear mind that tomorrow I gotta do this, I should do this, like, okay, like, is this good for me or not? Like, you're doing the self-evaluation and stuff like that, and you're getting guidance on that. Or like, sometimes I love closing like my eyes, even conversations, because it's so amazing. But in meditation, do it, and you'll get the guidance. That's when you realize that you're truly part of the divine, and you're getting your own guidance. Sometimes your biggest problems, you're able to solve them. And after the third eye, after you have realized that everything has been pure, you're able to trust yourself and stuff like that, then you make this connection that where is that voice coming from? There's someone magically guiding me, okay? That I finally stood up to myself. I'm able to write down these amazing, like, my life is unfolding in a completely different way. I'm just then starting to spend time, I'm journaling these things, and oh my God, my life is going exactly the way I want it to. Where is this coming from? That's the crown chakra. That's when you realize you're part of the divine. Like, there is divine above you. Once you know that voice, that guidance and stuff like that is coming, you know how to tap into that when you sit down and you just kind of surrender and give up control. You will start having conversations with that energy, with that divine and stuff like that. That's the magic of the crown chakra opening. It's this higher consciousness of thinking. So when that state opens, there's no magical fireworks, there's no gates that open up in your mind and stuff like that. It's this clear flow of energy. And 100%, every single one of you felt it. Even if you have not practiced meditating and stuff like that, in childhood, even now, when your favorite song comes on, that chord, when it gets in the song, or that favorite tune comes on, there's these goosebumps that happen through your body, right? You know, that goosebump feeling, that energy that rushes for 10 seconds because of your favorite song or favorite memory. That's the energy you get in a meditation, guys. That's your prana, that's your chi. That's like the divine energy when you're meditating, writing, and then that energy flows. It's such a beautiful feeling. We'll do a video on meditation different day, but what I'm saying is, when you clear your thoughts, clear your mind, you're able to speak up, like, you're automatically connected to the higher consciousness. Your thinking is connected with the deep level now. Now you know that, okay, even at lunchtime, you clear your mind, you're sitting in the park, you get your journal out, you can tap into the higher consciousness. That is your full enlightenment, is realizing that all you have to do is tap within, and you're connected with the divine with a clear mind. Now tell me. So that sums up the 7 chakras, by the way. So we have reached the crown, you're connected with the divine. And now tell me, if you had a fight at work and you come home, you want to shower, and then you want to sit down for meditation, right? Can you really focus on meditation and trying to be guided by the divine? Excuse me, guys, sorry. So can you focus on your meditation purely or try to get the guidance you want? No, what's happening is the lower vibration around here somewhere, there was this urge inside you that, you know what, you should have stood up to Steve, Matt, Pradeep, whoever, like your coworkers, your boss, your supervisor. You didn't want to bring this load of homework or office work for the weekend because you had some family plans. Now you were trying to enjoy the family weekend, but you're overloaded with work. You're trying to stay up at 2 o'clock and you're waking up tired the next day just because you didn't saw it. No, learn to set your boundaries, guys. The moment you set your boundaries, you're going to feel so much more lighter. So this is the journey of Ketu through this different antadashas, through the different chakras opening up. Like, this is the magic that happens. So that's why I say Ketu is not a bad time. Ketu is not going to take anything away. It's about you realizing who you are, shedding away those conditioning, okay? Conditioning on emotional, mental, physical kind of level. Like, for the pelvic chakra, what's your conditioning been around sexuality? Like, have you been suppressed all your life that you never got to feel pleasure? Like, a lot of people are not even comfortable about talking about sexuality. Like, how are you conditioned? Like, it's such a big taboo topic in some of the countries out there that there's no healthy conversations around there. Like, what's a safe practice? What's not? Like, okay, you're going to be like, no. But there comes a time in this educated world that you want to educate for the better, right? Like, at a certain age and stuff like that. But don't condition. For example, you're in your 20s and 30s now, and then you're still being conditioned in a certain way that pleasure feels wrong to you, right? that conditioning has to break. Ketu comes in at some point in some way, form, or shape. He's gonna break that conditioning, and you wake up to your true masculine, feminine energy and be like, oh my God, this is what Ketu is. But there's so much guilt and shame. You will cry the day you feel your true feminine energy, like the day you feel pleasure. And conditioning of the old, like your traumas and stuff like that. When you finally stood up to your bullies, even in immediate environment, like for example, you're older, your younger sister, for example, bullies you or something like that. And now you finally have the guts and courage that all these years, she took your bicycle first. Like your brother always had more attention from your parents and stuff like that. You finally stand up to them, be like, you know what? Why am I the only one getting left out every single time from these family conversation meetings or love? Why is my brother getting special treatment, stuff like that? That's Ketu, guys. That's what Ketu wants, okay? That's what spirituality is. Spirituality is not eyes closed and stuff like that. Our battles of Ketu are right in front of our eyes, okay? Conversations are going to be our biggest battle. Standing up to our enemies. Maybe some of you have legal battles. Going to courts and stuff like that is going to be our journey through Ketu. But dealing with these past traumas and stuff like, you were always scared to go to court, for example, but now Ketu has put you in a court, okay? Ketu will always put you in an uncomfortable position, so you break open, learn from it, and then heal. So that's the Ketu journey. Ketu is not scary. Ketu is not about feeding dogs. I'm sorry, guys. I love you, okay? I love you all, and I don't want to give you any wrong information, but Ketu is about journaling, self-love, like looking within. What was it that made you uncomfortable? Why is it that you're truly breaking off the marriage? Like what kind of a sexual abuse has been going on in that kind of marriage that you have never told anybody? Like, between either partner and stuff like that. What is the real cause? Like Ketu's roots, okay? When we have deep conversations, we usually get to the bottom of it. Like last couple of days, I was so heavy dealing with a lot of stuff, and stuff happened with some clients. And when you finally get to the deep, and then they feel a breath of fresh air, be like, that's exactly what it was. I never told anybody. And then they feel so much lighter. They feel connected to you because somebody understands you at the heart level. It's like a heart-to-heart connection, you know? Like, what else? Okay, different planets associated with different chakras. Ketu, I say co-rules your blood with Mars and stuff like your root chakra. Venus is your pelvic. Sun is your stomach. Moon is your heart, okay? Some people associate Venus as the heart. I have felt that, I know the difference and stuff like that. Moon is the emotions, your heart. Like, what kind of emotional energy are you vibrating at? What kind of love are you going to be giving off, right? Like, are you living on the lower emotions, or are you living on the higher positive emotions? It's that bridge, that energy. And then your throat could be, people say Mercury usually, like where you're able to speak and stuff like that. Your third eye now is, I like to bring Rahu into this as well. So third eye is usually Saturn and Rahu. I love people, Rahu, by the way, and somebody who's going through a good Rahu Dasha, especially with like Rahu in first house. So Rahu, it gives you the highest intuition, okay? Ketu people are confused, headless, looking for clues, like looking for guidance, stuff like that. Usually a well-balanced Rahu person has the strongest intuition, okay? A Rahu person can cut through the illusion and probably point out that person's not good in sitting in the meeting room, okay? Ketu gives you intuition. Rahu gives you clarity. They can look in the person's eyes and say exactly how wrong that person. A Ketu person walks in the room and feels that the toxic energy or what people are feeling and stuff like that. Whereas Rahu, he's very sharp. So your third eye is Rahu/Saturn, and then your crown, the wisdom, the knowledge is Jupiter/Ketu. So this universal energy that's coming in while meditating, yoga and stuff like this, energy that's pure bliss. I'm going to do an experiment, show you how energy is cleaned by Ketu. So that energy, that knowledge, that wisdom is Jupiter/Ketu. And before I do experiment, there's two things that I want to talk about. So one, again, chakras are not switches. You cannot go to a specific person and be like, open my throat chakra today. No, it's you against you that opens up your own chakras. Okay, you can go to counseling and stuff like that, or like once we talk, like there's ways of like what's been holding you. We sub-dive like into the deeper charts and see where those lineages are that are blocking you being from your authentic self. So Ketu is all about being your true authentic self, right? You have to open up all these energy centers, vibrate at a higher positive energy. And once you're vibrating, you're going to attract positivity in your life naturally. And I say chakras are like little circuit circuit boards, like circuit breakers, like little fuses, okay? Like if one fuse is blown out or there's blockage there, you're not gonna get power supply to the other parts of the house. So if your body is a house, let's say the mouth, let's say the throat, this is blown out, right? Like you're never gonna be, if you're never speaking up to your enemies, like you're quiet. So that guidance that wants to flow through your body and stuff like that is not gonna go because you have so much guilt to him. Like you have to fight those battles for yourself, right? Like get all this out. Then if your heart chakra is blocked now, you're just yelling angry and stuff like that. You're always fighting with people, saying negative stuff. You're jealous of people in parties and stuff like that. That's a blocked heart chakra, right? So if this fuse is blown out, you're jealous, angry and stuff, you're never gonna be able to live a healthy lifestyle. You're never gonna be able to enjoy Venus activities. Like you're not gonna be able to, if this isn't open, you're not gonna enjoy Venus Mahadasha. Let me tell you that much. If this is open, your Venus Mahadasha is gonna be good, not just from the pleasure point of view, but overall. And then if you're not living with a positive, loving heart, remember diseases are born, like not only heart issues, but if the energy is suppressed, like if there's a fuse blown out in the stomach, then you have insecurities like bed pleasure issues and all that, like trauma and stuff like that. This needs to be cleaned. So it's like a fuse center in your body, right? Like each fuse needs to be cleaned out, checked, re-energized and stuff like that. So you have to fight those battles. And guys, Ketu Mahadasha, make this your friend. Okay, write your thoughts, write your blockages, write anything that comes to mind when you're meditating. Spend at least 15-20 minutes every day in the book. Write your to-do list. What is it that you want to become? How are you going to get there? What were your past blockages? What was your weakness? Like you left a corporate job because you never stood up for yourself, but now Ketu is teaching you to stand up for yourself. Write everything down. Okay, I usually like to ask people when we're talking that what practices are you guys doing? Are you keeping a journal or not? Like one other magic that I want to explain, okay? So energy centers. There's many chakras in our hands and stuff like that, right? Like Mercury, Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, and like Venus, Rahu. Like these are energy centers. Like those people in Ketu Mahadasha, you know, sometimes you get this tingling feeling, warm hands and feet, your Kundalini is awake, Reiki, a lot of people awaken their energies and stuff like that. So this is energy center. When we're writing, the reason I always encourage people to write, you're writing wisdom, you're writing Jupiter down. This finger, this index, this thing here is this placement of Jupiter. When you're writing, you're transmitting that divine knowledge, okay? You're making a difference in the world. It's so important to write your thoughts down, okay? Transfer that energy. Like, make this a habit, guys. And lastly, I want to say, we all suffer, okay? Like we all have enemies and stuff like that. Now let me put a positive take on this. You guys are gonna be like, this guy's gone mad. But let's put a positive impact. Like there's a line that I said at the beginning, but what did I mean when I said love your enemies? In Ketu Mahadasha, you have to learn to forgive them. Keep your distance from them. Set healthy boundaries, but just forgive them. Because if you hold on to that anger, that guilt, you're never gonna be able to grow. So as a closing chapter on this, I like to say love your enemies. Why? Because if it was not for your enemies, you would not be able to grow, okay? Your enemies, because of your enemies, you're becoming stronger today. You're able to fight those battles today. You should be happy that you woke up. You had this awakening. You had this Ketu Mahadasha. It's a blessing. So love your enemies. They're helping you clean your karma. Now, those bad relationships and stuff like that. But now let me give a physical example of enemies, for example. You live in a household, you have some money, a safe box, you have jewelry, fine. One day, thieves come to your house, okay? Thieves, chor aa gaye ghar pe. So thieves are here. Everybody hates thieves, they want to kill them and stuff like that. But I like thieves. If a thief walks into my house, I'm going to make him sit on this sofa right here. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to offer him some water, okay? Why? Because a thief is also part of the divine, okay? A thief has come to take something away from this house that doesn't belong to me, okay, karmically. If that money that thief wants, I'll happily give it to him without fighting. I want to make him a cup of tea because he's divine, he might be hungry or tired, but he came as a messenger from the God to go clean my karma, that bad money, that bad energy that's sitting around here, that doesn't belong to me, okay? A lot of people are so attached that we have pain. Oh my God, we got robbed. No, you guys got cleaned karmically, okay? Would you have something stolen worth $5,000 or would you pay a $5,000 medical bill? Like, would you have to have a surgery that's worth the value of a car that got stolen. Pick one, okay? In a way, the universe is actually helping you clean up karmically. That negative energy that we were holding on to for all this time, God is actually doing a favor and transferring it in a way that you don't have to suffer in the future, right? In this present moment, it feels painful that, oh my God, like thieves came, they just took everything. But guys, that could be bad money from lineages, okay? Like your great grandfather could have borrowed money and didn't pay back somebody, or something else might have happened. Like, or even you, for example, over the years, and you run a business and you don't pay enough taxes, right? And all of a sudden your 10,000 is lost from home, or from somebody stole your wallet from the car, they took $1,000, whatever. It's a blessing, okay? It's better to have that blessing gone than to pay a medical bill. I always say this, okay? Again and again. That's why I say love your enemies. They're helping you clean your karma. Now you guys will always be smiling. A friend or an enemy, say thank you, okay? So I know this video has been so long, guys, and I love you for whoever has stayed until the end. Do spread your love as well in the comments, in subscribing, or write to me. And if you want to come online and share your experience with positivity and tell the world how you made it through the toughest storm of your life, I would love to hear you guys on the camera. And once again, experiment, guys. Sorry. I want to show you how Ketu energy cleans you on a physical level, okay? This glass is your physical body, and that's your energetic body, the soul inside, okay? This water represents your prana, your chi, your atma, your soul. So when we're born in a physical body, there's a energy inside. But depending on what dasha you're born, that energy could not be clean. This energy becomes clean only when Ketu Mahadasha comes around, okay? Over the years, I'm going to show you an example. This is food color, okay? So, over the years, you were jealous, or you were bullied, and there was a lot of trauma happening in your life. You went through some abuse. There's a lot of stuff that you have gone over the years, and there's a lot of trauma hidden inside you. I don't know if you can see, but that water is kind of yellowish now, right? So now this lost soul in Saturn, Mercury, from many past times, you've been tainted, okay? Let's make it more important. Let's say this object here represents some kind of like bigger trauma that you've gone through in life, and you're carrying it in your body. Here you go, okay? And then Mr. Ketu comes around. So Ketu is this pure divine energy, okay? Ketu is this pure energy. Now what happens is when your Kundalini awakens, and Ketu you have no choice but to accept the change. So Ketu just wants to force everything out of you, okay? Watch the magic happen, okay? So Ketu, that's your Kundalini. There you go, there you go, there you go. That's the whole healing process, okay? So this is your Ketu Mahadasha running. Along the way, Ketu says, oh my God, this person, here's Ketu coming to do a surgery, and says, this person has some unhealed trauma too, and he just goes right in there, like from your past lifetimes too, and he pulls that trauma out and say, look, you're healed now. That's what Ketu does. So Ketu, all he wants to do is just purify you. The glass is clean now. So you're getting this Kundalini, this cosmic energy, these things, so you can be healed, okay? So this is the Ketu Mahadasha. It's here to clean you for the next 120 years. In my next video, I'm going to explain what we're supposed to do in each dasha. What we're supposed to be living like in Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, and all the different dashas, how long they are and stuff like that. Just to give you, who are basic and new to astrology or new to this family, I want to give that. Then I'll go into deeper astrology by the weekend. That's going to be really nice. So basic stuff, and then I'll go into the divine. But this is how Ketu purifies you, okay? So don't be scared of Ketu. Ketu's a blessing. That's why I say don't eat meat. Don't add on extra trauma. Clean your body. For those who have given up meat, this is why it's so important. So you're not adding extra baggage. Like in the future, like, oh, I'm going to do some bad karma. Great. You're tainting yourself again. Like your next dasha is going to be more painful. Like let stay clean the way Ketu has cleaned you. You have learned your lesson, so don't ever forget these lessons, okay? So that's where I like making guides for people that how you should be living your life authentically, like how to deal with the whole process. When Ketu is cleaning you, this feels painful, but how do you control this storm? Like, how do you channel this energy properly so you are having a good Ketu Mahadasha? So that's where it's really nice connecting with you and hearing how your journey is going. Okay, I think this video is so long. Thank you guys for watching now. I'm going to try to upload it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And do subscribe, leave your comments below. Thank you for anyone who stayed this long to watch the whole video. It's been a beautiful journey. And at the end, I would like to say, my Ketu friends, I love you. We all love you. You're not alone in this, okay? It's okay if you've gone through some of the most painful events, okay? It's okay if you're alone now, but there's others like you out there, and we love you, okay? I wish I can come give you guys a hug, every single one of you, but do accept my hug, okay? And let's live with positivity. Ketu isn't bad, okay? Let's put a smile. Let's smile, and let's put a smile on other people's face as well, okay? So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And truly, thank you from the bottom of the heart.